Here is a pro tip for you character performers out there. If you are able to have like a spot of your own that you perform in, you should definitely get fencing. So I am currently at the Ohio Renaissance Festival on a Monday because I accidentally left my signs here, and I normally take them home on a Sunday night so nothing gets moldy. But I wanted to kind of show you the spot I've got going on and why I think this fencing has been an absolute like night and day difference to everything. It's been like a total life changer having this fencing here. All right, so here is my setup here, and there's my daughter watering everything, getting the dust off because she wanted to help me water stuff. But this year is my first year to have this sort of upgrade. So last year, all I had was like 2 poles, the sprout sign, and then some flowers. And this fencing here that I've got has been an absolute life changer. I got these at like Lowe's, and they are adjustable so that you can like squish it in to make it taller or pull it out to make it wider. But it's very important that you have short enough fencing that people can still see you performing on the inside. I definitely wouldn't want to be inside of like a booth or something where nobody can see me. And this fencing has allowed several things. For one, it allows a clear entry point, don't mind the sun, and exit point. So here's the entryway, and here's just a little sign that kind of explain who I am. A little sign for the garden itself. I have the start line here sign so that they're not making a line like completely blocking the path, that they're kind of going more in this direction. But they can come in, interact with me, and then they can exit out this way. Now my exit sign is here, although a lot of people I think can't see it, so I think I'm going to have to move it, find a way in the future to like put it up top here somewhere so people can see it. But most people get it. They come in and they can see that there's a very clear exit going that way, and it has made traffic flow absolutely amazing. So last year I had an issue where people coming up to see me, I didn't have any fencing or anything, so it was just like a huge blob of discombobulated people trying to see me. And some people would, cut in line, or there would just be simply no line. It would just be complete chaos. And I was like, I definitely need to sort this out for the next year. But this allows like a very clear, organized, like you're next, so you come in, and then the person behind them's next, and then they come in next. And then the flow of traffic is just smooth. It just goes in and out, in and out, in and out all day long. The other thing is, look at this grass here. So we still have some grass on the outskirts. Now we just finished our 5th weekend. So the grass is no longer here in the middle, but last year and in previous years, this grass would all be just completely gone. There would be no grass left because thousands of people would just come in from this way, and they would just cut in here, and then they would just walk right through everything, whether I'm here or not. Either way, it would just cause all this traffic flow, and then none of this grass would be here. But even if I was here, or if other people were here taking pictures in my spot, people would like literally cut in front of the picture taker. There'd be people here, and then maybe someone right here taking pictures, and then people would just, walk right on by in between the picture taker and the person posing for the picture. So now the only people that are coming into my garden are the people who want to be in the garden. So that's been a huge help. And it's definitely cut back on interrupters. So the only people who can interrupt me would have to be like, they're waiting in line, and they would have to go through this way to interrupt me. And that's only happened like a couple times, and it's been only children who have done that. The next thing is that this fencing allows me to put up more decorations that I probably would not be able to do before, because patrons would, you know, they would just walk on by and things would probably get trampled on, broken, stolen. I mean, I had a couple of my flowers stolen last year. Some of them were even like trampled on. So this fencing allows, well, like I said before, the only people who come in here are the people who want to be in here. So everybody else just, you know, walks on around. And so, you know, my decorations aren't like perfectly safe inside the fencing, but it does make it a much smaller chance for people to trample on them and to steal them. Especially drunk adults are kind of the biggest culprits in that regard. And also, there's a lot more people wanting to come in here, so that causes more eyes on the spot. So I've had people tell me that there is a line literally forming from here. There is a whole line of people waiting to just take pictures in my spots when I'm not even in my spot. So that also kind of allows, like, you know, more eyeballs on the space, and it, you know, it discourages people from stealing stuff, because people know stealing's bad and they know they're going to get in trouble. And so, you know, so far this year, you know, knock on wood, nobody's stolen anything, nobody's broken anything. I've had a couple of things moved around, but it's, you know, so far it hasn't been anything crazy. I also want to show you how I even put these things up. So I have these, again, these are from Lowe's. And then I have these stakes that I actually got these from Amazon. And then I just zip tied them. After I staked them into the ground, I zip tied the fencing to the stake here. But yeah, this whole situation allows me to have almost full control of the area. You know, I can keep things well organized and orderly, and it's just so much less of a headache now. It's been pretty amazing how big of a difference it's made in this job. I would only recommend this sort of thing for the really large festivals. I wouldn't do this at the smaller ones, because I don't even stay in my spot at the really small festivals, because there's not enough traffic flow to even justify staying in one spot. But for a festival that's large enough to have like a whole line forming to come see you, then, you know, I definitely recommend getting some sort of organization tool like fencing, to just help keep people, you know, doing what they're supposed to be doing. Well, that is all I have for you today. Since I am here, I'm going to go ahead and water my flowers, get all the crazy dust off of everything, make it all look nice and clean again. I'll try to get more out of character videos for you guys, but I've just been insanely busy. But once the Ohio Renaissance Festival is over, I'll get to take a giant deep breath, and then maybe I'll have time to get some more videos coming out. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next one.